Hello YouTube, if you're watching this video I can only assume that you've downloaded my free rig here, and this is gonna be a demonstration video on how to move stuff around and animate the rig basically. So everything's clickable, and if you look at the composition timeline, a lot of layers have been hidden away that you don't need to see them, in order to animate them. And it would just make everything messier. So I've hidden everything away that you don't need to see, and only what remains here are the controllers. So let's get started. You can click on the timeline to select the controllers, or you can actually click on the screen, So if you select the main controller, you can move everything around, no problem. If you select the mouth controller, let me zoom in real quick. And if you go to the effect here, effects panels, and slide, you can swap all of the mouths that I've made. But if you're not happy with any of the mouths, or you want to add new mouths, you can go to the compositions here and go to rig mouths and change whatever you don't like. You can add new mouths, delete whatever you don't like, or even customize the ones that we have already. For example, let's change this to orange, right? And let's add a new mouth. I'm just gonna make up something here real quick. It doesn't have to be anything fancy, Let's say that's one of the mouths that you want to make, for the example's sake. So we go back here, and the controller is gonna update on its own. So whenever you add a new mouth or a new color customization, it adds it on its own. So you see that orange that we just made? It already updated. And then if you go all the way to the end, you're gonna see the new mouth we made. So it updates as you add things. So it's pretty cool. Now let's see what else we have here. I also had a feature to make him look drunk as he spoke, but that's not all the way there. I still need to figure out a few things to make him look drunk. But anyway, let's keep going up the road here. So if you select the head control, you can make him turn around. Again, this is all clicking, left mouse click. So if you click and drag, you can make him look around. And if you want a more traditional 2D style rotation, you can go over here to the alternate head rotation slide, and you can make this head rotate. So if you click on the eyes control, you can slide it around and make him look. Click on the blink, and everything has been named. So right lid, left lid. If you select both of them and slide them, you can make him look bored or tired or annoyed. And the underlids, select them both, move them up. You can make him look angry, I guess, or something. Anyway, you can move everything independently, So if you want to make him wink, you can do that as well. Or if you want to make him blink, you can select them all, and boom, making him blink. So let's select the brow here, or the eyebrow control. And if you select the main and slide it around, you can make it look angry. And we have the left and right corners, so you can move that as well. So that's gonna cover it for this side of the controllers. Now let's go to the spine and the hip controllers. Again, you can just move it around, right? Or you can rotate it. Same goes for the hip. Move it around, rotate it. And everything has been color coded, so when you're looking at the timeline, it's a little bit easier. For instance, here the eyes are black, and in the timeline they're black. The brow control is green here, and it's green in the timeline. So, and it's being stacked in order as well. So the eye control is in the top, and hopefully it's easier to animate this way. Alright, let's see what else. The hand, we have the hand control here. And the hand has both both FK and IK controllers. So the IK, you can just click on the controller and move it around, and as you can see, it's stretchy, bendable. So let's say you want to move it up, right? You see how this hand looks a little bit messed up? You can just click here. The hands are gonna I think the hand is the controller that has the most features. So if you click on hand rotation, you can rotate the hand independently of the arm. Okay? So if you see, you know, when you move the arm, if you see this happen, don't freak out. You didn't break the rig. It's supposed to happen this way, because this gives you more free range of how you want to rotate the hand. So let's see what else we have. We also have the hand swapper. So, and it does what its name says, it swaps between the hands. And these are all pre-made sprites in After Effects. But again, just like with the mouse, if you want to change anything, you can, let's go all the way back. This is how the project looks like, how the finished project looks like, right? So if you open here, and if you go down to comps, and if you open rig hands, that's the, you know, where all the hands are stored. So if you want to change any hand or add any hands, it works just like with the mouse. You know, you can come here and make a new shape layer. I'm just gonna reuse this one and change something. Right, let's make this finger super long, right? And it's gonna update over here. So if you click on the hand control and then hand swapper and go all the way to the back, see, it immediately updates. So, you know, it's customizable like that. It's all shape layers. But you could also, if you don't like working with, you know, shape layers and the pen tool, you can just draw them in Photoshop and import them. You know, as long as it's one frame long. This is all one frame. So, you know, if you want to make them in Photoshop, draw them by hand and then import them here, you can do that as well. So it's all up to you, man, whatever you want to do. But anyway, if you don't like IK, you can also use FK. And to use FK, you can just click here on disable IK. And then now you see that you have two hands here. So if you click on IK hand visibility, it's going to take that hand off and you only see the FK hand. And to control the FK arm, all you got to do is rotate these things right here. Little circles, I guess you would call them, or controls. So you can just rotate them. And that's going to be the FK. And again, the hand rotation stays the same with this controller right here. And you can still swap the hands as well. So there is that covers the arm and hands. And if you want to switch it back, of course, you can click here again, and that's going to bring back the IK. And you can click on the hand visibility, and that's going to bring back the IK hand. Alright, we got the hip, we got the spine. What else do we need? The coat, again, completely movable. You can move it around just like with this one. And lastly, we have the feet. So they're gonna work the same way as the hands, you know, IK controls. You can move it around, it stretches, and you can also rotate it. So I believe that's gonna cover everything for this rig. You know, I will see you in the next video. Hope you find the rig useful. You know, if you have any problems or questions, you know, if you run into something you don't understand, just let me know in the comments and I'll answer as soon as I can. Again, I put the rig file in the description below, and I believe you're gonna need the plugins as well in order to use the rig. You're gonna need the Duik plugin and joystick and sliders. Duik is free. Joystick and sliders, I believe, is like 35 bucks, 37 bucks. I didn't make it, but it's a great plugin, and I'm telling you, is worth the money. But the rig itself is free, so feel free to use it in your projects, and just give me credit, man. You know, when you use it, just say, hey, this guy rigged it, and that's it. And if you want to subscribe to support the channel, then even better. But other than that, oh, one more thing. If you want to learn how to make the rig, I already made a series of tutorials, and I can put a link on that as well if you want to learn how to rig the character, basically. I've made a series of tutorials explaining in detail how to make it. But that's it. I will see you guys next time.
Click that subscribe button and join the monkey family. Oh, and if you'd like to support the channel, check out my Patreon page. Go ahead, we'll wait.